Hello, welcome to KOKMinistries. This is your brother, ekfrimpongtheteacher, and today I'm happy to be here with you once again. Today on our playlist, Staying Married, we are looking at marriage disputes that arises amongst us as couple, and how to handle it, how to go about it, how to resolve it, such that the marriage will continue to grow and grow in the Lord and grow with joy and happiness. Today, we are going further to look at how should we handle disputes as they arise. We know that in the marriage, disputes will arise. In the marriage, we will not always agree. In the marriage, we will have bad times, difficult times, and we will have time that we cannot handle it at our level. In the marriage, there are some disputes that we can resolve at our level. That in the marriage, there are some disputes that we know that by doing 1, 2, or 3, we can change the course of the action. We can let peace reign by a little talk or having a little conversation about the whole issue. But there are other disputes that are so huge that will involve a third party, will involve a family, will involve the church, or involve a counselor to help us resolve. Those are the disputes I'll be looking at. Those that we can handle in the house, I know we have a way around it. But those that we can't handle, those that are beyond us, those that are so likely to bring the marriage to a halt or lead the marriage into a divorce, those that our minds can't comprehend, those that we can't forgive and forge ahead, those that tears the trust, the belief, and the faith in each other, that is the ones we will be looking at. So, how do we handle them? How do we bring in third party? Who is more advisable to be brought in? Now, I can't exhaust all in this video. There are a lot of things we can do, but I'll touch on how we can resolve it between us and the family, society, or people we revere. So, how do we resolve disputes that are beyond us? There are some disputes that are psychological. Some disputes break our emotions and make us so weak that we may we may put our health in danger. Some disputes are so tough on us that it puts our health in danger. Those ones we will need to seek higher counseling from psychologists, from doctors, from astute men of God who are trained counselors who can help us resolve them. There are others that is beyond us, the two couple, but someone we revere can just come in and talk to us. An experienced married couple can just talk to us and get it resolved. Or our counselor, we can go for post-marriage counseling to help us understand what is actually happening around us. So you must sit and analyze and ask yourself questions. Do I need a post-marriage counseling? There are pre-marriage counseling, that is the ones we do before we marry. Then after we are married, when we don't understand certain elements, when things are getting tougher, when we think this is not what we actually signed on for, then we have to go for a post-marriage counseling. The truth about post-marriage counseling is that you will not need both partners to be present. you need the one who finds himself in that dilemma to present himself, so him or herself. So he or she will go and see the counselor, then they will go through those phases. If the other partner is needed, you will be invited. Usually you do the post-marriage counseling with the counselor who did the pre-marriage counseling. If he or she thinks the level or whatever the issue is incapable in the moment, he would then direct you to someone who can help you with the issue. So the post-marriage counseling is also good, where disputes or we are in the marriage and we realize that what we are experiencing differs largely from what we were taught at the pre-marriage counseling stage. Now, there are other disputes that we will need an experienced married couple to guide us, or someone who is divorced or a divorcee to help us, or we will need a special mentor to guide us, or someone we revere in issues of marriage or in society. Certain issues like your husband is cheating or your wife is cheating, issues surrounding news about you hearing your husband have a child somewhere, issues about your husband coming home at late, not sleeping at home, issues about he not having sex with you, or the two of you not able to have sex together, issue of him or her not having enough time for you, and the issues about children and the disputes surrounding them. These are issues we can bring in people we revere, people we respect, people we look up to in society, in church, the people you know your partner respects and will listen to, the people your husband or your partner tells you that this man, this woman is a great man, is a great woman, and you know your husband or your wife listens to that person. That person is a great tool to help resolve the rumors, the happenings, the dispute that is worrying you, that is making you feel you are not compatible and the marriage is not working. So those things we can push to the man or the woman we revere. We push them to the woman and men we revere, especially when we don't want our families to know what is happening and how we feel, or when we are not in good relationship with our partner's family. But where the relationship is good, where the relationship between you and your partner's family is good, then these same issues are good issues to be brought to the attention of your partner's family. What you should know is this: when you have disputes with your partner and you want to involve a third party, especially on issues of a change in behavior, the way he or she speaks to you, change in attitude, something that you feel it is disrespectful and it's affecting you emotionally, rumors of things you have heard that you have asked your husband and he hasn't come clean and can't say what exactly is the matter, such things should go to the partner who is in the wrong. We must go to their family. So let's say I am your husband and you're my wife. If I, the husband, have a problem with my wife's attitude, how he goes about things, she's taking care of the house, how she's not behaving, she's disrespecting me, I feel she's cheating, I feel I can't trust her, there are issues of she tampering with money without my consent, there are issues of how she neglects the children and all those things. I must not go and complain to my parents or my family. The best thing to do is for me to go to my wife's family and to report her to the family, so that the family will call her to order. The family will raise, this is not you going to ask for a divorce, no. This is not you going to ask for a separation, no. But this is you going to the family to tell them of what their daughter is doing or their son is doing that is making you uncomfortable. This is you going to the family to report her, so that they will come in and help, so that they will speak to him to say whatever is worrying him. Usually, when you realize that your husband is not talking to you, not eating your food, your wife has changed her demeanor towards you, and you have tried to ask her what the problem is, and she's not forthcoming, then you must go to her family, either the mother or the father, the sister, the brother, the cousin, the uncle, whoever she listens to. You must approach that person. Usually, ideally, it should be his or her parents. If you realize he or she has no respect for their parent, for the parents, then you go to the sister or the uncle or someone you know has some form of control over him or her. Then they will come in to put her right or correct the wrongs. This you should be able to do on several occasions as and when a dispute arises. When you realize it is becoming, or they are not able to solve the problem, for the marriage to continue as we are on staying married, this playlist is staying married. This playlist is staying married. And as we are on staying married, then we know that we must work to ensure the marriage work. You look at a way around it yourself and how you can live with him or her in that condition. If you realize that you still can't, then this is where you bring in a third party. A third party being someone the partner in the wrong respects and listens to. If that one fails, then you bring in a counselor from the church, especially when you are all in the same church, or the one in the wrong church. When that one fails, you must seek the help of a professional counselor. Then, after, you can now think of separation or divorce. We'll go into that later on the channel. But I hope you appreciate how we should resolve disputes in within and among us. This also tells me that we must know our partners. You see, all the years you have lived with your partner, all the time from courtship to today, if you tell me you don't know who your husband respects and wants to listen to, who your wife will listen to, then, in fact, the two of you didn't court well. These are things you should jot down. This should be in your book of record. You should know the kind of people your partner will listen to, the kind of people your partner listens to, and who your partner reveres. If you do not know these things, it becomes difficult to resolve disputes because you intend be speaking to someone your partner is not ready to listen to. Let's say you are a family of KOK Ministry, you're a member of the KOK Ministry family, and you respect me so much, you listen to me so much, but you know your husband or your wife don't wants nothing to do with me. He or she is not willing to listen to me. I am not the right person to consult to resolve your disputes. So some of us, when there are disputes in the marriage, we bring in people to resolve, but the people don't have the capacity, don't have the influence, don't have what it takes to turn the issue around because they are not people your husband or your partner respect. Sometimes even we may be in the same church, but your partner is not that interested in the church. He may leave when he feels like. If he decides not to go to church again, he is not bothered. That church cannot resolve the dispute between you and your partner. It may be even his friend. You may have a friend of your partner that he listens to or she listens to that very much. If you can bring that friend of hers or his into your reality, for him or she to appreciate what you are going through, then he or she may be best positioned to resolve the dispute in the family. But when it comes to friend, we have to be careful. That is another level I'll go to. When it comes to friends, we have to be careful. That is another level I'll go to. But today I'm tackling how to resolve disputes in the marriage. Disputes are bound to happen. If disputes do not happen, then you are a very wonderful couple. Some don't have it at all. Some have it once a year or once in a decade. Others is very continuous. And I believe there is a certain number of years when the marriage rocks that years, the marriage begins to go into a lot of disputes because of familiarity and others. I'll tackle that in the future. But I'm looking at how we will resolve the disputes around us. And today I have tackled how to resolve them. Don't you go to your family to report your partner. When you go to your family to report your partner, you are discrediting him, you are taking honor from him or her, you are throwing dust in the eyes of your partner, you are making him lose respect or her lose respect with your family, and they will look at him in a different eye and they may accuse him or her when something goes wrong in the marriage. We have heard of partners that go to funerals and they are sacked. Most of these issues is because the partner who is deceased has been reporting his partner or her partner to his or her family. So if I report you to my family, then when something happens to me and I die all of a sudden, they will blame you. That is why it is always best to report your partner to his or her family until you see that the situation is not changing and you bring in third parties and people he or she reveres, but still nothing changes, then you have to inform your family. You have to bring in your family, and in your family you have to start with people you are confident in. In marriage is a secret society. So we are careful how we communicate So as I keep telling you always, marriage is a secret society. You come to that. Therefore, we should be careful when we are bringing our issues out. When you don't bring it out properly, it may put a dent on the family. If we don't communicate well, if we don't rearrange how our issues is, if we don't think carefully before we speak our issues out, we may end the marriage. Most marriages ended because of how a partner reported a dispute in the marriage. When you give out too much information, you create a problem. We'll tackle that when we look at marriage being a secret society. Thank you for having me. Thank you for watching. Forgive me that it's a long video. I know you appreciate it, and I'm happy to have you. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe. Hit the notification button. Share your experiences with us. Let us know how you went about your dispute, and let's all be of benefit to the world and to the marriage community at large. Let's reduce the number of divorce cases in the registry. See you same time next week. I am out of here. Bye.